Just to follow on that question, it seems like the Fox prelims are the coveted spot now. If you're not main event or co-main event, and especially with it being on Big Fox, it seems like the place that you want to be, or that anybody would want to be.
Like I just said, I think this is the main event. The pay-per-views, let's say the pay-per-view does, you know, 500,000 buys, and it does well and does we'll still be exposed and seen by way more people. So to me, this is the main event, and the fans are the one winning because they're getting it for absolutely free. So you'd be a fool not to watch. You're getting a main event fight for free.
Stylistically, I think it's a fantastic matchup on the feet, but maybe people are underestimating how the wrestling could come into it. You know, you're two guys that will happily stand in front of each other and trade strikes, but the wrestling backgrounds are nearly there. It's programmed into your system at this stage. Do you think that it could go maybe all the way, you know, it can go wrestling, striking, takedowns, or do you think we are going to see a slugfest?
Who the fuck knows? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to feel some things. I'm relying purely on instincts, a small amount of game planning, and we'll see what happens. But I'll find an opening, and I'll go full on into it. And I think we'll get a finish.
You did a great interview recently where you spoke about I don't want to say the relief, but how you felt after the Conor fight. You know, that it was like your worst fear, it's never going to happen, but when it does happen, you realise your friends are still there, your family are still there, training partners are still there. Is that a weight off your shoulders now? Is that you feel a new reborn Eddie Alvarez coming into this fight?
Yeah, I do, because it's something maybe I feared most of my fight career. It's your biggest fear, and when you kind of overcome it, it happens. You don't want it to happen. When it happens, you have an awakening. You realize I can be vulnerable. Shit can happen out there. Nothing will change. That's anything of importance in my life, and it allows me to be myself inside the octagon, not have people sway the way I fight or sway the way I want to be.
And I believe you said afterwards in the press conference or in an interview afterwards about just being caught up in the moment. Do you think it was essential to feel that and experience that so you know it's not going to happen again regardless where the fight is, who it is that you're fighting?
Yeah, I think being aware of it's one thing, but practicing it is another thing. So I think going into this fight, the focus was more on practicing competing, practicing being focused and being violent inside the cage. It wasn't on striking, it wasn't on wrestling. It was about up here, about practicing inside the cage of being that person that you want to be on fight night.
And then finally, with the division somewhat in limbo at the moment, do you feel that a win puts you straight back up towards the top of it? Do you think that yourself and Tony Ferguson could put on a fantastic fight for the interim title? Because at the moment, UFC 213 is the one that a lot of people are talking about. There's no main event for it. You know, International Fight Week, we're still waiting maybe to see where the cards are going to lie after this weekend. But do you feel a dominating win over Poirier puts Eddie Alvarez straight back up to the top of that talk?
Dominating, being dominant. Winning's not going to mean much anything. It's not going to hold the value. Being dominant, being confident, and fighting at a high level, that's going to be the determining factor to let fans know, let the media know, let you guys know what it's about.
Thank you very much. Cheers.